Okay, so I am looking on the Google car site, and the first thing I'm gonna do is try to decide which company will probably have a car that I would most likely be interested in. I don't really know that much about cars, so I can't really make an accurate assumption of what type of car I want, but I would guess that Ford or Toyota would have a pretty good range of cars. So I think I'm gonna stick with Ford for the time being. Ford. Okay, this won't go down. Okay, and I think I am going to go with all models so I can see a good range of cars that Ford might have available for me. But I'm probably gonna narrow down the price. No, for some reason I can't narrow down the price. Maybe because I need to specifically pick a model, which that kind of sucks. I think you should be able to narrow the price range no matter if you don't have a model picked or not. So I guess I'll have to make a decision. Um, the model that I might be most interested in could be the Focus because I hear a lot about those. Okay, so the Focus, and we are going to lower the price range to about 25,000 because that's more something that I could probably afford one day. Okay, years. I only have two options, 2012 and 2013. I don't really like that there's only two options because most likely if I was going to buy a car, I would buy one a little older to get like a cheaper price. And I think with when you're buying cars, it's good to buy ones that are older because you can find more details about it and more user like reviews. So that's kind of sad that this only has like 2 years and two recent years. So I'm gonna just put all years and color. Normally I probably would pick a red, some type of red because that's my favorite color. But because there aren't that many different cars and color options, I'm gonna just put all colors. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the cars that are available and just pick one that might appeal. Well, I like the way this one looks, but I don't like how small it is. If I was going to buy a car, I would want one more bigger so that I can have like road trips and things, because that would be the main reason I would buy a car, so I can drive it for road trips and traveling. This would be good, but I don't like the color. Okay, so I'm just gonna randomly pick one. Guess I'll pick this one because this one is kind of ugly shaped, but it's pretty big and it's not terribly priced. Okay, so first off, I noticed that the images for the car are nice, but they're clearly photoshopped and not realistic. Oh, I like the blue one, and not a realistic interpretation of the car. I think it would be better if the pictures were in a realistic setting, like showing them driving on a road or in a campsite or something like that. So people who may be interested in buying a car could really get an accurate view of how the car looks. Because when people buy cars, if they see like a photoshopped version of it or they see something that's clearly not an actual photo of it in its natural environment, they don't get an accurate portrayal of how the car looks color wise, things like that. So I think more realistic pictures would be more appealing. Safety options I don't know much about, so I really can't say if those are good safety options, but normally I would look at the safety options and then Google them and see if I should be looking for something else for safety. Specifics. Like I said, I don't know much about cars, so I can't really say if these are good specifics, but it seems fine. Let's see. Oh, one thing that I noticed about the images and just the overview of the car, I think it would be really interesting if this site could have the option to compare cars to other cars, maybe of similar model or similar brand, and you can see if that car is appealing to you more than another car is. And also, when it comes to this section, I think it would be really good if there was a way to narrow it down more specifically toward your individual needs instead of like brand and things like that. Like maybe if you were looking for a car with more space, internal space, then you can put like this, that, and things of that nature. So it would be more specific to your needs than just like brand model, things like that, because that doesn't really match up with what you need as much as if you say like I want like extreme safety measures and things like that. Okay, so let's see what else. Let's look at the dealer section and see what that's all about. Okay, I like the dealer section because it tells me where dealers in my area, and it does a little map. I do wish kind of that maybe you can click on the pictures and see like an actual, like Google Map, how Google Map works. So you can see like an actual picture of the place, because that always, just seeing like a picture of someplace can kind of give you a feel of if the company is a company you want to work with or not, or buy from. Okay, let's see, now back to the cars. I think overall, well, let me look at another car just to get a pretty good interpretation of how this site works. Yeah, I really think these pictures would be better if they were in real life settings. But overall, I think the concept is really cool, and that if they had one for like other areas, that would make this site probably way, way better. Because I'm actually not looking for a car now, but at the end of the year, I may be looking for a car, and it would be great if I could use like Google just like this to find a car that matches my personal needs. But I hope that there does become a more variety of cars, because I really don't like that there are only new cars you can look at and not like very old model cars, which more people tend to buy than new ones. Only like rich people can afford to buy brand new cars. But I guess it makes sense if you live in California. You tend to be more wealthy than a lot of people. And also, I don't like, maybe it's just because of the focus. There aren't that many different, look, model look, that many looks in terms of outer, like appearance. They all kind of look the same. And I would be, like I said, I would be looking for a more spacious car, like an SUV or maybe like a Jeep or something. And these aren't that much like that. But let me see about if I went to an Escape or something. No, these are still pretty much the same. They all look the same. they look nicer than the other ones, but they're not that big on variety. Maybe that's just how Ford is. I really don't know. But I think that's it for now. I think I've seen enough of the site to make a decision on whether I would buy a car from here or not. So yeah, that's my not review, my testing of the site. Okay, bye.